Hi! Wow! So glad to see you all back on my favorite place, my YouTube channel, The Ink Influence. I am Divya Gupta, your very own book reviewer. So far, back to back, we have been talking about books a lot. We talked about icebreakers, we talked about Finally Forever. So now I decided let's keep the books aside and let's focus on learning something new. Let's focus on building vocabulary. So this video happens to be my favorite video because here we are going to talk about some common words and find out the history of those words. That is the origin of those words. Basically, we in this video we will understand why a thing got its name and how did that thing got its name. Welcome to the part 3 of the History of Words series. Today we will be taking a word from alphabet K to alphabet O. So far, we have done 2 parts of this series already. Part 1, where we took one common word from alphabets A to E. Part 2, where we took one common word from next 5 alphabets. And now, the part 3, where we take one common word from the alphabet K to alphabet O. The part 1, the link of part 1 and part 2 of this series History of Words has been mentioned in the description box. So if you haven't gone through those videos, do go. Basically, I do this series History of Words to acknowledge the common words that we use day in and day out. Basically, we use words without even realizing or acknowledging them. So in this video, we try to understand, acknowledge and become a little more closer to the common words that we use in our day-to-day life. Having said so, let's go to the video. We start with the alphabet K. Come on, I am ready for you. What is wrong with you? Dude, this is karate. Don't you know it? Karate. Karate expert is someone who can break a wooden block by their bare hands. Karate, in fact, karate in Japanese means bare hands or empty hands. Karate. Kara plus te. Kara in Japanese means empty and te means hands. So karate literally means empty hands or bare hands. You weren't aware about this, right? Sorry I'm late. Hi. That's okay. But I love the color of your t-shirt. Lilac, right? I am sure you aren't aware about this. So basically, lilac got its word from Persia. So basically there is a Persian word called lilac. So lilac got its word from lilac. Lilac means bluish in color or blue in color. So basically if you see lilac, it is almost a shade closer to blue. So it is bluish purple color somewhere between that. So hence lilac, which is bluish in color. But the fun fact is that lilac got its name from Persia. Wow. We all know magnets, right? But have you thought that why do we call magnets magnet? So basically, I'll tell you. Basically, a Greek philosopher named Thales got a black mineral which attracted iron. And he called this black mineral manganese. Eventually, this manganese word got broken down into magnet. And the black mineral, now we call it magnetite. So we basically, magnet is a word which we have got from a Greek philosopher, Thales. Were you aware? The other day, I was reading an article in Times of India about how prevalent nepotism is in Bollywood. I mean, pretty alarming. Nepotism. Nepotism, it is interesting to know that nepotism has been derived from the Latin word nepotite. So basically, and nepotite basically means nephew. So basically, nepotism was used in a context where, in earlier times, where it was said that if you employ your nephew in the job, or if you give your nephew a job, then you're basically doing nepotism. So basically, in earlier days, nepotism was only restricted to nephews. Now it has a much larger term. It is much widely used. It is used in the industrial sector, the Bollywood sector a lot. We have often come across statements from a very great actress Kangana Ranaut about nepotism prevailing in Bollywood. And these days, nepotism is not an uncommon or an unfamiliar word. But it is fascinating to know that once a word which was associated only for nephews has now in today's time a very large role. The power of words. Quick question: what do you call these? Onions. But why do we call them onion? As we all know, onion has many layers. So basically the word onion got derived from the word union, which basically represents the consolidation or the amalgamation of many layers. So onion has many layers, all, and they are all combined or consolidated or with each other. So there is a union of many layers, so hence it is an onion. I was amazed, right? I wasn't aware about this at all. And I would have never guessed if I would have not come across this fact. Wow. That was fun, isn't it? You know what? I enjoy this series, The History of Words, the most. Because even I get to learn so much. I mean, my wardrobe is full with clothes of lilac color. But I don't think so I have ever paid attention, or I have ever been curious enough to figure out why do we call them lilac, or how did lilac get its name. So through this series even I learn a lot, and so this happens to be my favorite series. I hope you guys liked the video. Part 4 with the next 5 alphabets would be out soon, so stay tuned. Also, before you go, like I said in my previous video, I am planning a Q&A video where you can ask me questions and I'll take them in the video. I'll try to answer them. So you can comment your questions in the video, in this video, and I'll take up those questions. You can ask me questions such as what book do I read, how do I read a book, or how do I pick up a book, who is my favorite author, anything and everything. Ask me in the comment section below and I'll take it up in my next video. Also, if you're curious to know what I'm currently reading, ask me that. I'll take it up in the Q&A video as well. Till then, stay tuned, like, share, comment, and don't forget to subscribe to the video. Also share this specific video with everyone. Let us all learn together. We meet soon. Stay tuned. Stay connected. See ya.